What's up, everybody? This is Antonio here to bring you an update of my goals for 2023. We'll look over how much, or I guess which ones we did accomplish, which ones we were very close, and then I'll show you guys actually the goals for 2024 so that we can stay focused, stay disciplined. And anyways, one thing I do want to show you is this is my projections for my portfolio on how much they're projected to generate in dividends. So monthly is kind of what we care about. We're trying to eventually generate enough that we could actually not actually have to work, or that we could focus on our hobbies, and then this is completely passive, so we're trying to convert that active income into passive income. And right now the portfolio is projected to make about $689.49. Of course, this is going to increase by the following week. Every week it continues to get larger and larger because we continue to dollar cost average, which is actually one of my goals. One thing I do want to point out here though, 2023 guys, we did fairly well. Our portfolio ended at about $225,000. We actually started the portfolio last year at the beginning of January at $182,000, so huge growth there for me. I can't complain as well. We collected some great dividends. If we look at the annual dividends, in total we collected $4,493.74. so a lot of this comes down to the goals that we did have in place, and we continued focused on these. Quarterly, you can kind of see this is growing and growing. And then if I show you the actually our goals, I'll show you what we ended up accomplishing. So our goals here, guys, the first one was to reach 20,000 subscribers. We actually ended at 11,000 subscribers, so we attempted it, we didn't achieve it. So I'm gonna actually move this to kind of like the red because we didn't really hit it, and but that's okay. The second goal, we did hit this one very early on, guys, to reach $325 per month on average and dividends. So we are generating about what was it, $689. This is actually also because some of my positions did get called away, and I invested the uninvested cash into US Treasury, which I'm collecting about 5% return. So this is not 100% guaranteed income, but I know for sure that we did hit the $325 per month on average, and we're going to continue growing that, guys. Of course, the number 3 was to reach $118,000 invested of my own money. We actually ended at $119,000-ish or so. Right now we're at $119,601.84. So we're continuing to invest into this portfolio no matter what. Goal number 4, guys, we actually ended up to try to dollar cost average $100 at a minimum every single week, no matter what the portfolio is doing. We definitely achieved this one, and I'm gonna go ahead and actually hit this one as a complete because we did actually achieve it, and I'm happy about that. Goal number 5, guys, it was to drip an additional $100 every time a company was going ex-dividend date. So I did definitely achieve this. It actually grew our dividend snowball much larger. It doesn't seem like it does, but those little crumbs add up over time, and it's very awesome. So I really like this goal, and it kept me focused. And then guys, goal number 6 was to reach about $400 per month selling options. We did not hit this one at all because of the covered calls. We did actually have to use a lot of our profits we gained in the first couple months of the year to try to roll our options. And then goal number 7, guys, was to get to 1,000 shares of SCHD. We actually ended at about let's check here. So if we look at SCHD, we ended at 755 shares of SCHD. And then of course we're gonna try to aim for it this coming year, which I'll show you shortly what my goals for 2024 will be. But yeah, this one definitely did not achieve. We aimed for it, but we were short on it. And yeah, so out of what was it, 7 goals, we did achieve 4 of them, which I think is good. The other ones we didn't achieve, but we aimed for them, which kind of focused. And if we look at the portfolio from the beginning, guys, again, it started at 182,000. If I show you the account right now, since I'm recording this video, the portfolio is at $228,000. So I can't complain with that growth, and we're gonna see this grow larger and larger because I have goals again for 2024, and it's gonna keep us disciplined, keep us focused on growing this passive income. If I do show you the positions real quick, you guys can kind of see, if it does load up, you'll see that gains right now we're at about 49,000, and then cost base is 179,000, and then of course about $4.99 in our cash available to trade. And these are my current positions, and then you guys can kind of see that we have about 49,000 in that US Treasury, which is earning us about 5%. Of course, this might actually decrease if the Fed does cut rates. So this isn't 100% guaranteed. Right now, I'm just using it to earn an easy 5% while I sell cash secured puts on some of our companies that I do want to accumulate more shares, which I haven't gotten assigned yet. So I'm just collecting that premium plus, you know, collecting that monthly interest, which is a great way to, compound some extra money. And then I'm going to show you guys here the goals for 2024. So of course I went ahead and moved over the first one, which was to reach 20,000 subscribers. So we're gonna get to 20,000 subscribers. Hopefully this is the year, 2024 is the year we hit that goal. So if you're new to the channel or a returning viewer that hasn't subscribed, consider subscribing with that notification. You guys would help me reach this goal, and definitely would appreciate it. And then goal number 2, guys, we're going to aim to try to get about $425 per month, monthly collect and generating dividends. I know that you guys are probably thinking, well, I already hit that because I'm generating about $689. But again, guys, remember that the US Treasury that I have about $49,000 invested, that's a 5% return, is not guaranteed, because if the Fed does cut rates, which I'm thinking they might cut rates this year, we will actually lose income from that. So I'm gonna project $425 as well. Again, remember that I am selling cash secured puts against some of the companies I want to accumulate more shares of. So that would actually, if I do get assigned shares, I would actually be selling out of the US Treasury to cover my position, and eventually I would go back to full equities. And so it's not guaranteed there on that 5% return. So could potentially by the end of the year, I could actually have a lower projected monthly income, but I do want to actually stay realistic, which if we do look at SNSXX, which is about, it's actually generating us about $3,850 for the annual amount. That's assuming they do stay at about a 5% return, and that's, I don't think that's going to be the case later down the year. So I'm going to try to stay, honest with myself, and I'm going to try to make sure that we're at 425. Last year we would try to aim for 325. We got to about 360-ish, I think, or 375, and I think we can try to achieve 425. Of course, if we do hit this one very early on, I'm definitely gonna bump it up higher, because we want to try to be aggressive and grow in this. And then goal number 6, guys, is to reach $126,000 invested of my own money. So right now we're at $119,000. So I'm going to try to get to $126,000. One thing that I do want to mention is that I used to actually have another side hustle, which actually let me generate some extra income. I'm actually, I stopped working there, and I'm pursuing something else that right now at the moment is not generating income. So I will be shorter on cash. So I do have to try to invest a little bit less, but I want to stay focused. I want to still, with goal number 4 is to dollar cost average $100 into the portfolio at a minimum. So I'm going to try to make sure that I at least do $100 per week every single week into the portfolio, even though I'm shorter on cash. But one of the ones that I did actually go down on was number 5, which was to drip an additional, in the previous goals for 2023, we had drip an additional $100 every time a company is going X dividend date. I did have to drop this down to $25. I'm trying to be realistic here, guys, because I am going to be, not going to have a lot of available cash to, invest into the portfolio, because I only add money to the portfolio, money that I know I won't need to touch 5, 10, 15 years from now. Of course, if there's a huge emergency that I wasn't accounting for, then that's when I would pull out of it. But right now I do have an emergency fund. I do have a little bit other investments that I would touch before I would even touch this portfolio. But yeah, I try to just put money into this portfolio that I know I do not need for a couple years from now. And goal number 6 is to average out about $100 per month selling options. I'm going to continue selling options, but I'm going to try to stick around with just selling cash secured puts, because covered calls did make me lose quite a bit of money, because like Nvidia and a couple other companies that did go up in price, I did stay in the money on these. So I'm going to try to avoid that this year. We got to learn from our mistakes. And then goal number 7 here is to reach 1,000 shares of SCHD. I'm going to try to aim for that this year. We're going to try to hit it. I think we will. We'll see what happens. So definitely make sure that you're subscribed with that notification. You drop a big thumbs up on the videos. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of these goals. Should I add any more? Should I modify some? Definitely would love your feedback. Let me know what goals you guys have for 2024, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care, stay safe out there. Bye, guys.